What's up, guys? It's Rob here, and today we're going to be talking about cannabis legalization and the incoming bill to the Senate that is likely to be legalizing cannabis in the near future. Now, this bill, the timing of it and when it's going to be introduced is actually a matter of contention. We're seeing reporters at Bloomberg saying that it's going to be introduced next week, and we're hearing congressional members saying that that might not be the case, but we're going to check and see what's actually going on with this bill. So, the overall idea behind this bill is that Chuck Schumer's been working on it a long time. He's been trying to get a lot of people on board so that it can actually has a chance of passing when he does introduce it. And whether or not that happens, we're going to see in the near future. But when it's going to be introduced is a matter of contention because Bloomberg is saying that it's going to be sometime this week, and congressional members are saying that's not finalized, that it's still potentially in flux, but that at the very least, it will be introduced ahead of the August recess, just weeks away. So we're going to see which one of those reports is actually true, either Bloomberg or the congressional members. Now, maybe they're just not wanting to introduce the timing of this bill, potentially because they know that if people know for a fact it's going to be introduced very soon, then cannabis stocks could actually be pumping up on this news. We've seen some pumps in the past for many cannabis stocks when legalization has been a possibility. And this bill, I expect, will be no different. I would expect to see some pumps in cannabis stocks when we do see this bill getting introduced, and probably some politicians making some money on it, if I had to guess. Now, whether or not this bill gets passed, we're going to look at some data regarding that. Now, the one thing that people are very worried about, obviously, everyone knows the American people pretty much overwhelmingly support legalization, but Biden, on the other hand, has not actually been too big of an ally for legalization. And unfortunately, that could be a stopping point since the president actually has to be the one to sign a bill after it's been passed through the House and the Senate. And fortunately, we are seeing some signs that potentially Biden might consider doing this. It's not actually him saying anything about it, but we have noticed that Biden's nominees for key federal courts have worked to legalize marijuana in the past in Arizona. And that's kind of something you could expect to see, right? When Biden, a liberal, is appointing judges, he's likely to be appointing liberal judges. And liberals tend to support legalization more so than conservatives. But we have also noticed that even in Texas, the Texas Agricultural Commissioner, now Texas is thought of as a pretty conservative state, yet still the Texas Agricultural Commissioner has been advocating for expanding the use of cannabis in the state. Now, this is following an overwhelming trend. Most people in the country, when polled, end up saying that they think cannabis should be legal to one extent or another. And most people end up actually saying it should be legal for recreational use as well as medical use. Only about 8% of people, when polled, say that it should not be legal whatsoever. 1% refuse to answer the poll. 31% say it should only be legal for medical use. But then we still have 60% who say that it should be legal for medical and recreational use, an overwhelming majority, at least, who think it should be legal one way or the other, for medical or recreational or both. So overall, this is a pretty bullish sign that we're seeing this bill actually being confirmed that it's going to be introduced in the next couple of weeks at the very least by congressional members and Bloomberg reporters saying that it's going to be coming out sometime later this week. So that could be happening. And if that does, I would expect that some cannabis stocks could potentially be pumping up. That would be very good for stocks, especially since the stock market overall has leveled out. It's not in free fall right now. We're not actually seeing huge moves to the downside. The latest inflation report came out, and while it was higher than expected inflation, we didn't actually move that much lower in the stock market. We didn't start making new all-time lows in most stocks. So all things considered, this is not a bad time to actually see this legislation getting introduced, and hopefully we'll end up seeing it become law, and hopefully that will pump up a lot of cannabis stocks. And we'll certainly be covering all of that. So if you guys are interested in more of these kinds of videos where we break down legalization and what's going on with some potentially individual stocks, then feel free to subscribe to the channel. And other than that, guys, keep in mind, none of this is financial advice. If you appreciate it, though, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe. And other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.